In this video, Certified Gottman Therapist Dr. Cheryl Fraser continues to debunk love life ideas that you've got to be in the mood and that great love just happens. Hello couples, let me ask you something. How often are you having sex these days? And how does it compare to the sex you had when you fell in love? If you are in a committed relationship, your sexual desire is almost certainly lower than it used to be. Today, like other real couples in real relationships, if you don't make sexual life intentional, you might go a month without making love. Really? Who can relate? As you learned in the last video, if your sexual desire has waned, you are normal. There are a lot of myths about this touchy topic. The topic of not getting touched. Let's demystify a few more. Myth #3, I should only initiate sex when I'm in the mood. Terry Asterisk, a student in our online course, said, "When my sweetheart initiates, I eventually get into it. But why don't I ever think to start sex? It's like it's never on my mind." Terry is treating his sexual life like an old car. Here's what I mean. Recently I purchased a little red Miata. When I gently caress the gas pedal, I love the feeling of immediate response. My sports car is like a great lover. It is thrilling, fun, and feels good. But the novelty wears off as time passes, and my new toy gets a few scratches. I started to take my ride for granted. It sits in the garage, and unless I think about it, grab the key and turn on the engine, we won't be hugging any curves together. My spontaneous desire to drive my Miata has gone way down. Hang on, Cheryl. What do lust and sports cars have in common? I'm glad you asked. Let me teach you about what I call the two keys to your erotic engine: desire and arousal. Desire is the mental aspect of sexual motivation. For example, you might create a fantasy and imagine touching your sweetheart or making love, or you might decide it would be nice to carve out an hour to connect erotically. These thoughts motivate you toward your partner. Arousal is the physical aspect of being turned on. For example, lubrication, engorgement, yummy tingles, perky nipples. It's the physical motivation to begin sexual connection. Now, here is the cool thing, I tell Terry and all the other couples in our classes. Either key, the desired key, or the arousal key can start your erotic engine. Since Terry does not easily experience much spontaneous physical arousal, I coach him to cultivate the mental desire key and use his head to get into bed. He feels empowered by this knowledge, and for the first time in years, he begins to initiate lovemaking even when he is not in the mood. Here's how he does it. He says, "When Erin wants to make love in the evening, I'm not into it. I'm thinking about work, distracted by chores, and just really not present." So, I help him plan for passion. He takes a long steam shower after work, relaxing his muscles and slowing his busy mind. Then he imagines how nice it will be to lay down with Erin and entwine naked bodies. I still may not be actually horny at this point, but I am at least mentally interested in the idea of being sexual, you know. I do know. As sex educator Emily Nagoski says, desire is curiosity. Terry is deliberately choosing to think about sexuality instead of waiting around for a great sex life to find him. He learns that sex is not a drive, but that his inherent sensuality is like a beautiful vehicle sitting in the garage gathering dust. And he had the keys. Not in the mood. Don't let that stop you from taking a spin with the wind in your hair, because great sex is all in your head. Myth #4. Great love and passion should occur naturally. Remember Jose and Talisha, the couple in a sexless marriage from our last video? As I work with them, I have them and all the couples create a passion plan. Why? Because great couples make their love life a hobby. They choose to make passion a priority. They invest time in their relationship, set goals, and stop taking their love life for granted. By the end of this program, Jose and Talisha had each created some daily, weekly, monthly, and annual passion goals. For example, they commit to kissing goodnight with tongue. Talisha vows to schedule a fun date out of the house with no kids every Sunday. Jose commits to learning more about tantric lovemaking and says he will bring some new moves to bed. They agree that they will take a romantic vacation somewhere with sun and sand once every year. Their goals are specific, and they pledge to keep each other accountable. I am here to help make sure they do. We should ask ourselves how hard I am trying to create a fantastic relationship. Because great love and passion are not an accident. Exceptional couples are just like you, except they learn the keys to relationship success and use them. So, let's all commit to keeping our motors running. One gesture, hug, and touch at a time. Asterisk. All names changed for confidentiality. If you want help creating a passion PLN, feel free to reach out to us, and we will send you the info. Please like and subscribe to our channel.